kick us off.
All right. Thank you all for jumping on tonight. I am super excited to see all your faces and all your names popping up and all the comments popping up. I'm glad you guys are here. We have 2 weeks left in the year. Can you guys even believe that? I cannot even believe. And also 2 weeks left in the first quarter of Founders Club. So we got to put the pedal to the metal, guys. We got to work hard these next couple weeks. There's a lot of stuff happening with our company. There's a lot of stuff, going to be thrown at us, just like for tomorrow that Stacy's going to go over in just a minute. But you guys have to be ready for this. You have to stay pumped up. Even through the holidays, I know everybody is being pulled a million different directions. That is not abnormal right now, okay? But you have to stay focused. You have to keep one foot in the door. You got to keep your head in the game because that's the only way you're going to make this work, okay? So what I want you guys to do now, your favorite part of the week, I know you're all pumped up about this Zoom. I want you to drop your Founders Club points, what you're at right now Angela knew what I was going to ask before I even asked it, but drop your comment or your Founders Club points in the comments, you guys. Now we see a huge range of numbers, and I know personally that we have had people drop off because they see people's numbers and they're so, frustrated because they're comparing themselves. Like I tell you guys, every single time we do this, corporate has enough free trips for everybody. There's not just 10, and then the first 10 people get it. You guys can all do this. It's you versus you. So definitely don't compare yourself to other people. But I do want to congratulate you all for being here. Okay. You guys are all on the Zoom. You guys are all serious. We started with over 500 people in this group. I don't know what our exact number was, 500 and something, right? Now we're just over 300 people in the group. A lot of people have left. A lot of people have been kicked out, but you guys are still here. We have, looks like 62 people on this Zoom right now. The first Zoom we had, almost 200 or just over 200. So I want you guys to shout yourself out for being on here and making this a priority, because that is a huge, huge thing. Okay. You guys have stuck with us now for 3 months, 3.5 months almost. Like, it has been a minute. But you guys have stuck it out. You guys are here. I know so many people reach out to me and they're like, I cannot wait for Thursdays. I cannot wait for the Zoom. I just need to be pumped up. I need to be excited again. And you guys will definitely be excited after tonight. I'm just saying. So yeah, shout yourselves out for making this a priority. And remember at the beginning when some of you guys thought we were completely crazy, when we're like, you know what? Some people are going to lose their excitement. Some people are not going to stick it out for the whole year. We are only 3 months in, and look at our numbers now. Okay. You guys are here. You're showing up. You're still excited. And who does not want to be in Jamaica with us next year? It is going to be freaking amazing. So congratulations on not giving up on yourself, because you're really doing this for yourself. And if you need to, go back and watch those videos that we had you make at the very beginning and figure out, why you're still here. You should have talked about, why you wanted to earn it and all of that. So keep that kind of in your back pocket and watch yourself. I know you don't like to watch yourself on recording, but you're going to have to. But watch yourself and remember why you were here in the first place. Okay. I promise you, it'll keep you motivated. It'll keep you going. Let's see. And another thing I wanted to mention real quick is when we give you guys these tasks, I know sometimes people are just waiting for us to tell you what to do. As we're giving these tasks to you, we want you to keep doing them. So even though every week we're not saying you need to do 3 to 4 video calls, still make that a goal, because we want you to keep doing the things. Just add it into your regimen. Okay. So make sure that you're doing those things. Also chatting with your accountability partner. We shouldn't have to tell you guys that for you guys to do that. So those are like standing goals, because I know when we gave you the video chat assignments, you guys were kind of scared, but then you were so proud of yourself because you got someone on a video and you never had before. Keep that excitement going, and it's just going to build and build and build. So you want to make sure you keep doing those things. But let me tell you what I get to talk to you guys about tonight. We have 2 weeks left until 2023. So guess what? It is time to start thinking about 2023. Crazy as that sounds, I cannot even believe it. But we're going to talk about this more, in the next Zoom that we do. But right now, this week, I want you guys to think about your goals for 2023. Some of you may have, some of you may not have. Some of you were like, that's still 2 weeks away. That's so far. I don't plan that far in advance. Well, guess what? We want you to start planning. Okay. We want you to start thinking about the things that you want to accomplish, about your goals. And Jamaica should be on there, because we have to earn it in 2023. Okay. So I want that to be on there for sure. But I want you to think about what you want to accomplish next year. Okay. What do you want to accomplish next year? And this just doesn't have to be with your business. This can be with your overall life. Maybe it's, scheduling your time better, which in turn is going to help your business. Okay. Maybe it's learning how to work your back office better, which in turn is going to help your business. Maybe it's getting better at talking to people. Okay. There's different things that I want you guys to think about, but I want you this week, your assignment from me is to think about what you want to accomplish in 2023. You need a 3-month goal. You need a 6-month goal. You need a 9-month goal, and you need a year goal. Okay. So break up your year and set little things, what you want to do, personal things, family things. I know at the end of the year when we always have a New Year's Eve party, and everyone in the house, whoever is here at that party, writes down, and I don't really use the word resolution, but I set goals. Okay. So everyone who's here for the party, we set goals for what we want to do next year. And then guess what else we do? We read last year's goals that we wrote. So we have them all, and it's kind of a fun little tradition, but they can be family, like I said, business, whatever you are struggling with. You got to get good with yourself, and you have to get balanced with yourself before you're going to be really, really, really successful, right? You have to have a regimen. You have to know what you're doing. You have to kind of have a clear mind. You have to work personal development in, so you can always be working on yourself. So that's something that I want you guys to focus on this week. Okay. Start thinking about that. You have a couple weeks to do it. But I do want you to start thinking about your next year. Okay. I can't believe it's already at the end of the year, but Stacy, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you for just a few minutes before we have our guest on.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy. Welcome, everyone. Sorry I missed you guys last week. I was on the Polar Express with my grandkids and family, so I got to enjoy that with my family last week. But I'm back. I'm excited to be with you all. And let's talk about this promotion coming up. It's starting tomorrow. But before we do that, I want to reiterate just a little bit about what Christy said about not giving up on yourself. There has been a lot of people that's earned Founders Club that has not earned the first quarter. Now, I'm not saying throw in the towel and don't think about earning it. But what I want you to do, though, is have that mindset to say, if I don't get my 2 unique accounts or my 25 points, that I'm going to just give up and quit because I didn't hit my goal. Don't do that. Okay. You guys are here for a reason. I know there's going to be people watching the replay as well. You are here because you want to go on that trip. You want to use this foundation of the Founders Club to grow your business. Okay. It may not happen the way you have in mind. Okay. You may not hit the first quarter. And if you don't stress about it. But here's the thing. We have a great promotion tomorrow that's going to help you with that. And I hope you guys have already dug into it and you've looked at it. And this is going to be a great way for you to help your frontline people get their quick start. It's going to be a way for you to use this to get your frontline people to a rank advancements. Because whenever we have these one-day sales or one-day promotions like this, if you're working it and you're working it hard and diligently, you know that your points skyrocket. You know that people can hit new ranks. You know that people can hit their quick starts in one day. So that's what we want to focus on tomorrow. We want to use this promotion and utilize it toward Founders Club. So in case you guys don't know what the promotion is, I'm just going to go over it really quick. It's 23% off of the following products: Lean Vanilla, Advanced Omega, Resist. The next 3 is important, and you'll see why here in a second: Collagen, Probiotic, and Digestive Aid. So while those last 3 important, they are 3 of the 4 products that's in the Tummy Tamer. And if they get the prebiotic added in. Now, these need to be done individually. People cannot go in and click the tummy tamer, put it in the cart, and get the 23% off those 3 products. All the products need to go in the cart individually so they get the discount, and it saves people $25 on the tummy tamer. This is a great way for you to get people in the door. A great way to do that. So with your prospects, this is what you need to be focusing on, is getting them in the door with the tummy tamer put in as individual products so they can get this at $175. Amazing, amazing way to bring people in. And then you want to make sure that you're getting with your customers and make sure that you're duplicating this down, not just for you, but make sure your team is duplicating this down. So everybody is following up with their customers to build those points up tomorrow. Make sure that you have your verbiage ready. Make sure you have your flyers ready. Everything should be set and ready to go this evening. And then tomorrow, when it kicks off, it's 11 a.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Central, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific, and 7 o'clock Alaska time. So make sure you know your time zone. Don't get in there too early to try to order things, or have your customers get in, try to order things too early. Know your time zone. But this is a great opportunity, guys, to take advantage of it, to build those Founders Club points up, and even your inception points. I know I focus mainly on quick starts and unique accounts, but this is also going to help you get your inception volume up as well. Guys, that's it. I'm not going to talk a whole lot. I'm 6 days into the flu, which is horrible. So I am going to turn this over to Melissa, let her introduce our special guest, and let them take it over.
Hey, everybody. I've missed you guys so much this week. But I am so excited about tonight. You know how some people do things that completely impact your life in ways that you never forget. Well, a couple of years ago, I had a small team in a city in Wisconsin, and I flew to Wisconsin to do this city meeting, and I had one distributor show up with her daughter. Nobody came, but Jennifer McKinney drove over an hour to my meeting. She does not benefit monetarily off me one dime. She did it just because that's who she is. She came and she spoke like there was 100 people in the room. She used her money to spend the night at the hotel that night, took me to breakfast the next morning, spent one-on-one time with me that you can't put a price on that. But that, for her to do that, just because, impacted me in a way that I will never forget the kindness and what she did for me, just because that's who she is. I'm now one of her regular hosts on her 9 at 9 show that she does Monday through Friday, every morning at 9 o'clock Central Time. If you are not a part of that, that is 9 minutes to start your day. That will totally impact your business. It is amazing. And she is not only my mentor, I love the way she trains, and I have tried to base the way that I train off of watching her and the things that she does, but she is also my friend. And cannot wait for you guys to hear from Silver Ambassador Jennifer McKinney.
Oh, Melissa, thank you so much. The feeling is so mutual. And, it's like they say, you always want to try to sponsor up, like find someone who has what you have, but is even better. And sadly, I didn't actually sponsor you. I wish you were on my team, but in that way, I feel the same way in my heart. Like, you say these nice things about me, inspiring you, but you are the bee's knees for sure. We love Fridays on 9 at 9. If you're not, just like Melissa said, get with one of us on how to join those. I actually didn't have it today. And it's funny because, anyway, we'll get into that in a second. But Melissa, thank you for that introduction. I do. It's not even necessarily because that's who I am. It's because that's what Singular is. And I'm singular, right? I mean, I'm not singular. I haven't gotten that award yet, but I love. It's been over a decade for me, what our company is and what we stand for. I love it. I'm going to get a little vulnerable with you tonight and then share a couple things. As Christy mentioned, we have 2 weeks left in this quarter to close out this quarter of Founders Club. And I do love training, and I don't actually love being vulnerable. But here's the thing, guys, and a lot of you are not going to know this. I earned, well, this part you might know, every single Founders Club since the beginning. When it was President's Club, I've earned every single one, always. Until last year, I did not. That was the first time. And I mark my words, it was the last time that I did not earn Founders Club. And it's humbling and I don't like sharing it. But at the same time, I do, because I want to share 6 points with you tonight about earning Founders Club, about these last 2 weeks, about getting uniques. And if you've listened to me train, you know I like to do acronyms. We're actually going to spell unique. I could have added an S and made it 7, which is my favorite number, actually. Maybe I'll think of one on the fly. And the U is actually understand that it is a level playing field. It is a clean slate. Understand that, right? It doesn't matter if you earned it 7 or 8 or however many times. Nicole's the one that keeps track of numbers, right? It doesn't matter if you've earned it ever, never before. It doesn't matter if you shared tonight that you only have 1 or 2 or 7 points for 36 or 63 or 100 or frickin' whoever, Ursula, Robin, right? It is a level playing field. And so I like that these guys have alluded to that. You need to understand that. It is for me. My past doesn't matter, right? But neither does yours. The fact that I earned it before doesn't give me a leg up. The fact that you've not earned it before doesn't give you a leg down. Is that a thing? Right? It's a level playing field. And I want you to understand that. We're spelling unique, and I'm going to dive right into the N in unique, which is, and Christy said this too. We didn't plan this, actually. Hi, Christy. I didn't get the memo about like making the background tropical. Sorry, shoot. I didn't know. I would have done that. But here I just am in a non-tropical background. But the N is no comparisons. I cannot think of a time when comparing yourself to someone else's progress is a positive thing. Now, it's okay to have your ass kicked by it and to find out that Ursula's already earned the trip or whatever, right? It's okay to be kind of like, I'm kind of embarrassed by mine, but you're still here, right? There was a bunch of people that started and only 74, whatever tonight. That's freaking amazing. You should pat yourself on the back for that. Don't compare, though, in a negative way. You've heard this expression, haven't you? Comparison is the thief of joy. And I'll tell you what, it is the season for sure, right? Fa la 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 la. This is the joyful season. So we don't want to be taking away joy. We want to inspire each other and spur each other on, but don't compare, because when you compare, just like Christy said, it can get you down, right? Where then now you're feeling like, I can't do it. Nope. I already said that you is understand that it's a level playing field. And I already said that you is understand that it's a level playing field. Colette, it's almost like, you just led right into that transition. And you is, understand that it's a level playing field and is no comparison. Have you guys heard of the abundance mentality? Right? And that actually, the abundance mentality basically generally says, there's enough for everyone. Christy said that again. It's almost like we planned this. Probably it seems like we did it, and we didn't even need to spend our time doing that because it flows really well together. Hi, Denise. The abundance mentality said there's enough for everyone, right? There can be what's the opposite? It's like a lack mentality. And without realizing it, because of how we grew up, because of our experiences, we can have this feeling of like, well, there's so many good people that are in Founders Club, and Melissa's like the leader, and like Jennifer, and like Ursula, and look at how many points Nicole Ketting has, right? And so you can sort of feel like there's not enough room at the top for you. But the name of Kala's right page and her call and show that says it all. There's room at the top. In fact, the more people who are at the top, the more we can all grow. An abundance mentality said there's enough people for everyone. Here's an example of lack mentality. Oh, I would love to share Singular in my town, but it's already come through. Everyone's heard about it. Nicole actually had a girl tell her, remember Nicole, just the other day, oh, the Singular wave came through my town. Everyone's either in or they're out. That could not, those are lies. I've had people sign up 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure I'm on 6 times of the same person signing up over my 10, 11 years with Singular. So it doesn't matter if they've heard about it. And if they said no back then, that doesn't matter. Angela Stebbins, how many times did Nicole Ketting follow up with you? Put it in the comments, right? Yeah, Nicole, the girl said, all her friends already know. Great. They're thinking about it then. Some of them want to do it 41 times in under a year. I mean, that's kind of stalking. So she probably could have filed a restraining order, but she went for it. So no comparison. the first I in unique, oh, it's also the only I. There's 2 U's. I was like, 2 U's? That's hard, but I figured it out. The I is initiate. If there's one thing I can't stand, well, there's a lot of things I can't actually stand, but we don't have time to get into that. Mostly I'm pretty easygoing. It's people who feel like you just are going to wait for good things to come to you. It's that lottery ticket thing, right? That mentality of like, I'll put in a little effort. I'll give $1 when I get gas and I'll just wait to become rich. I mean, that's cool. And it works for some people. Did you know that there's stats and studies that show that the people who do win the lottery, though, almost all of them end up within a couple of years going back to the exact same financial situation, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent that they were before they won, because it doesn't really change anything. And so if there's one thing that drives me crazy is people who don't initiate. I've actually had leaders tell me, well, I'm just kind of waiting for that next leader to, pop up and materialize and find me. I post, I put things out there. Okay. And hey, Dr. Steve, it's like the difference between fishing and hunting. And it's kind of a bad example because fishing and hunting both end in death. So put that part aside. Okay. Give that a little bit of cognitive dissonance for a second and forget that. But like, fishing is putting in a line, a hook, a bait. We ice fish here in Wisconsin, Minnesota. Drive trucks out on the Mississippi River, drill a hole, you can actually put in a tip up so that when a fish bites the bait, it'll actually tip up so you don't have to stand outside in the cold. Depending on how many kids you have, you can have a bunch of them going and you just put it in and you wait. That's the equivalent of either you or teaching your people to put up a post and wait, which is a super cool first idea, second idea, third idea, right? But come on, we can't be relying only no, and we should still put up posts. People need to know that we're still sticking with this, right? They need to know. I've actually recently hit my lowest low of 139, which was my goal originally. 281 was my highest, so I was posting the heck out of that. Are your kids still awake? It's 8 p.m. Maybe they might be. But you also want to go hunting, so you don't just put it out there and wait. Can you imagine? You're like, I hope my life turns out okay. I'm just going to wait and see. No, you need to take the initiative. So while I'm not saying don't do the tip ups, I'm not saying don't fish. I'm not saying don't put a worm on a hook, right? Do that. But while you're waiting for those fish to bite on your post, and by the way, you don't have to be at your goal weight. I was one of the top sponsors when I was at my heaviest. So that's going to actually get into our fourth point. So hold that thought. Hunting is where you deliberately go after it. You see that buck that you want in the woods. I'm not a hunter at all, so I'm going to try to talk like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. You like rub urine on something so you don't smell. I don't know. You go after it though. My sponsor, Carrie, actually knew that I had a big blog and people followed me and she went after me and I felt it. I was like, I'm not going to promote your thing on my blog. She had to follow up with me a bunch of times. It was only like 8 or 9. But finally, she just said, hey, Jennifer, listen. Have you decided this isn't for you? And you just want me to stop following up with you? Because that's no problem. I can. Or have you just been really busy and you just haven't had time to look at it? If that's the case, I can let you know when we have our next promo. I mean, are you kidding me? She gave me such a gift. I had 5 little kids. I still have 5 kids. Now they're 5 big kids. My oldest is becoming an adult tomorrow. It's his 18th birthday. So that's crazy. And she gave me a gift by giving me a way out. Have you just been busy? Yep, that's the one. That's it. Because I was ignoring her messages and I didn't want to act like a dick, and I was ignoring her because my face was like, I was underwater. I was like barely breathing. I was like the Survivor. Do you guys watch Survivor? I don't have a TV, but I use my iPad and I love Survivor. And they were like breathing through that was me. I didn't have the bandwidth, but she gave me a way out to not look like I was ignoring her on purpose. That was it. I was busy. Did you guys see during COVID that one meme, that video? I'm sorry if you didn't, but it was one of my favorites. It's this African-American guy and he's sitting there and there's like a voice in the background. Did you see it? And he's sitting there and there's a voice that says, COVID has come. Sickness is everywhere. You need to quarantine. You have 2 choices. A, quarantine with your wife and child. B, he says, B. He doesn't even know what B is. He's like, I'm not going to do A, right? Okay, so what I mean is like, oh my goodness. You need to go ahead and initiate what you want and not wait. My face was barely above water. It's like she gave me the choice to say, do you not want to do this or have you just been busy? Busy. That was me. And she's like, no problem. let me just get you on the phone with a couple of my coaches all at the same time so we can do this all in one fell swoop. And she did. And there was her and Lacey and Kala and Jill Yakabuchi. And like I could say no to that. And as they say, the rest is history. So you also need to take the initiative to go hunt for those people that you want on your team and don't just wait. Q. This one I thought was going to be hard because like how many words start with Q? But there's a good one that you need to know. And the Q is quit making excuses. Now that's something that you need to know for your whole life. Now I almost didn't make it on this call tonight. True story. I actually was in the ditch tonight. I've never been in the ditch in 45 years of living in Wisconsin and Minnesota. I've never been in the ditch, not once. And I wasn't even going fast, but it's a snowstorm and it's bad and it was slippery and I had slipped once and I was trying to be careful, but I slipped and I couldn't. I thankfully didn't flip. I slid up into the ditch and I mean, I was deep in the snow and it was steep and I was stuck. I mean, I called the police and got a tow truck and it came and thing and I got towed out tonight. And honestly, you know, I hate to say this, but like it would have been nice to just be like, oh, take the night off. I'm kind of stressed out. Go, you know, have a sandwich, take it easy. And I did tell Melissa, I don't know if I can make it. She had me covered. But guess what? I made it out of the ditch. I made it by the skin of my teeth. You know, I was going to like put makeup on and like whatever, but I'm like, I'm not going to make an excuse. And that's the same with Founders Club. Don't make an excuse on why you can't make it. Don't make an excuse on why you can't get a unique. You have 2 weeks left. You only have 2 weeks left, or you have 2 whole weeks left. It's the same as the glass half empty, half full, right? I'm not saying I'm always positive, but I'm a pretty stinking positive person. And I pretty much always believe that it's possible. And so it's like, I think that when you believe that, it can come to fruition. Thanks, Sherry. You're so sweet. I wasn't done. I was in my Navigator. The Jeep might have been a good idea, but I was on the interstate. So even though I think I could have gotten up, I was right against one of those big signs that said how many miles to the next city. So I didn't have enough room and it was steep. And even if I could have made it up, I would have been merging onto the interstate. I just, you know what? I decided I'm just going to wait. So yeah, he pulled me right up. It was crazy. I actually called Nicole while it was happening because he's like, it's going to feel really steep, but I've got you. So kind of crazy just in all these years of living in snow. That's never happened to me. But quit making excuses. And I don't just mean for why not to be on here tonight. Each one of you are here didn't make an excuse. Well, you might have, but you didn't give into it. You're here. Well, the girl that just left, I mean, she just left, but she probably just lost her internet. I'm sure it's not bad. It's not that she left. Don't make excuses for why you can't make it. The glass is half full. You have 2 weeks left. The next U, this was fun. I don't love when a word has a lot of the same letter because like I already used the one that I wanted. Oh, use. Actually, use is the one that I'm using for this. Use. Use early excitement. We're talking about how to get uniques, by the way, how to get uniques, especially in the next couple of weeks. Use early excitement is when somebody just orders, man, you want to be all over them like white on rice. I don't care if they wanted to be a distributor or not. In fact, better are the ones who don't. There's nothing like the kiss of death, right? Have you leaders heard this before of someone who wants to run with it? Ooh, they're going to do it. They're going to share with their friends. They're going to make $1 million. I'm like, no, say it. Because sometimes when they talk big, think big, and you think they're the ones, like they're not. It's those surprise little Angela Stebbins 41 contact who jumps on and finally decides to go to director that you're just like, where the bleeping bleep, the kids are still awake, did that come from, you know? And so use early excitement. What I mean by that is you want to grab onto that when someone has early excitement. I don't care if they want the business or not. They just ordered collagen. They just ordered an 8-day. They just ordered a whatever, 23% off tomorrow, whatever. I've been so busy today. Nicole was like, can you make an image? And I just didn't, which is cool, right? And it's my son's birthday. So I'm going to kind of spin it as like, somehow I'll spin that together. Ran it in, Jennifer. Use early excitement. When someone orders, I tell them every single time, oh my goodness, you're going to love it. I don't start launching into products. Their products aren't going to be here for a couple of days. The girl who just left and I totally like faux shamed her, she just came back. So it was just a glitch. Hi, Valerie. I wasn't making fun of you at all. I was just using you as like an example of it's just fine. Use early excitement. Do you know what you should totally do now? And they'll say something always like, oh, go eat a pizza, weigh myself, take pictures, go to the store. And I always say, those are great. You got a few days to do those though. Here's what you should totally do now. Post this to Facebook and watch what happens. And I give them an image and it says, I just ordered my Jumpstart. I can't wait to lose up to 15 pounds in 8 days or whatever applies. I make it for them. And I'm sorry, Valerie, and it was all in good fun. I was mostly just teasing. I figured it was a service thing. Welcome back. I'm glad you're not in the ditch. And then I say, we've got a, $100 to $200 to $300 bonus that you can get in your first couple of weeks. All you got to do is post this, watch what happens. I'll guide you through it. I'd love to help you do it. Some do, some don't. No, I follow up again and again and again and again. Still, I don't just do that one time, but I use early excitement. They don't know this isn't what everyone does. It's what everyone on my team does. And so you use that early excitement that they just ordered. It's not really time to talk about getting skinny yet. They're not going to get skinny for a couple of days, but let's use that early excitement. Let's get them posting. Let's get them invited to a testimony page. Let's get them on the phone with someone. Let's send them a video of someone who can inspire. Then let's ask again, what do you think about my idea? Oh, I'm not a salesperson. Oh, good. Because I do not have time to beat that out of you. Oh, no, we don't want salesmen. A salesman is someone who tries to convince someone to do or get something that they weren't already going to do or get. We're just going to help inspire people who already want to get skinny. All my friends are blah, blah, blah. Stop. It's totally up to you. But I will tell you the honest truth. In over a decade, I have never had someone regret posting. I've never have. Man, I wish I never would have posted that. No, never. And it's a true story. So anyway, use that early excitement. We're to our last one. Did we get to the last one? The first U is understand that the slate is clean. The N in unique is no comparing. The I is initiate. The Q is quit making excuses. The other U was use early excitement. And we're to the E in unique. I didn't think of an S, so you're welcome. We're going to be done after this. The E is, and I didn't have a good verb to start this one, so I'm going to call it expand and contract. Expand and contract, which could be a science thing, right? It's what liquids do when they turn to solids. I may or may not have gone to the dollar store last night before taking my kids to youth group and then come home with my 12-year-old to make a science project that he's known about for 2 weeks, and so that we could finish it by today. I hope we got a good grade. Expand and contract also has a business type. I can't think of the word, application. Did you know that any activity, getting a unique, getting another unique, getting your 1200 exception, making your bed, filing the paperwork for your taxes, shoveling anything, any activity is guaranteed to expand or contract to the amount of time allotted to complete that task. There's a meme that I read recently about teenagers. I have 5 of them. Nope, Lachlan is almost a teenager. I have 4 and almost a teenager. And it was funny because the teacher says to the student, Jimmy, what inspired you to write this paper as he turned in his homework? And Jimmy said, the due date. So use the fact that we only have 2 more weeks left in this quarter to inspire you to get that task of getting your unique or 2 done. Because there's something about a deadline that makes it happen. If you had all the time in the world to do it, you may not do it. So use that positive pressure to get it done. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Melissa. Thanks, you guys.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And use the things that you just learned over the next 2 weeks that we have 2 whole weeks left to get your quarterly bonus. I don't want anybody on this call not getting that quarterly bonus because we still have 2 whole weeks left. And like Stacy said, we have a huge promo tomorrow that's dropping. Use that promo. I challenge everyone to get 10 orders on that promo. Help somebody in your back office or downline get their quick start with the promo tomorrow. And then if you fall short, we've still got 2 whole weeks left. But treat tomorrow like it's the last day of the month and magic will happen. Like she said, have a due date, have a deadline. Tomorrow's your deadline. Treat it like that and you'll reap the rewards from it. So no Zoom next week. We're going to give you no Zoom off for Christmas. We all wish every single one of you an amazing holiday, whatever it is that you celebrate. And we love you so much. I talked to Stacy and Christy about this, but my team has adopted a family for Christmas. I know them personally. They are worthy of it. They need it. It would be a huge blessing for them. And if you would like to donate to help this family out, and if you want the specifics, you can call me. I'm not going to put their business on a recorded line, but you can definitely call me and I will tell you the situation. But if you want to help with that, any amount, we will put your name on the card, and you can send the Venmo to Vicki Bronner. Her Venmo is at Vicki, VICKIE Bronner. And that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Your 2 assignments are your 2023 goals. That needs to be posted, and work that promo tomorrow. We are going to have another purge in January. So make sure, if you are not caught up, we're not going to tell you what assignment we're looking at to purge. So make sure you are caught up and all the assignments are done. We don't want anybody gone, but we said that at the very beginning. If you don't do the work, you're out. That's Christy's rule. It's not, I would never kick anybody out. That's all Christy. She's the hard one on here. But we do love you guys. She's looking at me crazy. She knows. Y'all know that's not true. But we love you so much. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of the work that you put in. We're so proud of you sticking it out. We're so proud of you being on here. And guess what? Every single one of you can do hard things. Every single one of you are amazing. You are fantastic leaders. You have a gift. So go do your thing. Be a leader. Get your unique accounts. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because you can do anything you set your mind to. So get off your booty, go to work, and make it happen. I love y'all. Have a great night.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Stacy. Melissa,
Merry
thank you.
Christmas, everyone.
Happy holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you all.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.